give them a pen and a sheet of paper, and the pressure, the environment, the stress, the clock ticking, they will convey far less information. So, in that regard, BTEC's qualifications that were coursework based, I think there's more merit in it. And I use the challenge, which is what are our most important credentials that we acquire on our learning journey? Probably our university degrees and our qualifications. They're the ones that sit top of our curriculum vitae. How do we actually acquire our degree? Well, we study for 3 years. We have written papers and submissions throughout that 3 year period. And we do have an exam at the end of the 3 years, but that only carries a percentage of the points. So, in effect, we trust the teachers, the professors at the university to allow children to prove their learning as they go along. And at the end of it, they award something. And yet, in education, an A level or a GCSE, we say, no, 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 we couldn't possibly trust the teacher to do that continuous assessment. What we need to do is make sure they save it all up till the end and we judge it. And in essence, that says the exam system isn't fair. If we roll the clock forward 10 years, children will be able and much more capable probably to respond digitally than they will with a pen in their hand. Now, I absolutely think a child needs to develop the ability to write. It's a very human thing. And I think also it ties in with at the very early stages, foundationally, it's about those motor skills. But I think there's also something about learning and writing at the same time helps embed things. It's kind of almost dual coding in that different way. But nonetheless, I think the exam system itself needs to fundamentally change. And we're just starting to see some schools who are able to saying, no, no, we're going to do things a different way. We're going to capture things a different way. And I think the reason why it's important, without going on too long, is because that recruitment and retention challenge we've got in our schools, I think will only amplify. And increasingly, we have that, plus we have a real problem with student attendance post-pandemic. We've got much higher levels of young people with the support of families not engaging in traditional education because either they find it too difficult to cope with the formal learning setting, or they're disconnected with the way that they're taught. And we are also seeing more of the hybrid model where we can actually learn by engaging with teachers online. And again, if we think about equity of access for all sorts of different learners' needs, I think we're going to change the way that we consume information and are taught anyway. And so digital will become a natural way of capturing piece by piece a child's learning journey with both that sort of summative and formative capture along the way.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. And when you said,
Thank goodness
"Oh,
for that.
no," because when you said, "Oh,
That
I
could have
might be
been
called a
confrontational,
fool,"
couldn't it?
I might have been called a fool. I'm like, we'll both be called fools.